Welcome back to another video with IDN the channel. So Young Thug's closest friends revealed that he did not tell his co-defendants and the associates of YSL to take those plea deals, including Gunna. Now in this video, he actually calls the guy Spider. If anybody knows about Young Thug, we know his nickname is Spider, and he's talking about Young Thug for sure. Roll it.
Going back and forth with no man. I talked to B Slime, man, and we talked to Slime himself. Slime say he ain't told no to take no deal. Slime say he ain't told no to take no deal. Y'all been told on Spider. Spider ain't told nobody to plead guilty to nothing. All that.
Now here's an exclusive clip of Young Thug. He speaks on the folks telling when they got locked up. Now of course this video is way before Young Thug and the whole YSL got locked up. But he doesn't understand it. So it's really about to hit the fan the next week when this trial starts. Are you guys ready? Roll it.
A lot of their mama, a lot of their kids, a lot of their brothers and sisters then get ready in the courtroom and tell the God honest truth. Don't get it.
Now Young Thug's dad also said that he would urge his son not to take a plea deal if he was offered one. But I'm pretty much sure that the state is not offering Young Thug a plea deal at all. Now, I just want to catch everybody up to speed. Now, according to the reports, they say Young Thug has COVID and his legal team has it. Now, according to a blog called Gossip in the City, it's saying that Young Thug has COVID and his attorneys are test positive as well. I wonder if this will actually affect the actual case coming up. Now, Vlad TV, who has been covering the YSL case as well, he went to his page, he went to his Twitter, and he said this. He said, "So I just spoke to a lawyer familiar with the YSL case. If Young Thug gets convicted of murder, he will get a life in prison. Under Georgia law, he will only be eligible for parole after 30 years. If he gets convicted for even one count of this RICO case, he'll get 20 years. Antonio Sledge, everybody knows, the 41-year-old, accepted a plea deal, and he is going to testify against Young Thug next week. Now, just yesterday, known to YSL as Monk Trunk, pleaded guilty to conspiracy charges to violate the RICO Act with the possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. He was sentenced to 15 years on probation. Here's where it gets interesting for me. Now, he agreed to testify against Young Thug in trial, and he will submit random drug testing, cannot have any firearms, or commit any crimes. If any of his tests come back positive for any illegal substance, he must enter rehab within 30 days of that violation. On top of that, he must have a curfew from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. unless he's working. Now, during the hearing, he admitted that he was told by other YSL members that they met at a McDonald's on Cleveland Avenue to talk about the killing of Donovan Thomas, also known to the street world as Nut. Now, he is a close friend to YFN Lucci, or was a close friend to YFN Lucci. He also admitted that Young Thug paid people who carried out the murder to lay low after the shooting. Now, during the hearing, this guy's attorney, Derek Wright, told the judge that his client has 8 children, including 5 minors. He said that he wants to return to his family. His lawyer also admitted that he was very obnoxious back in the day. He wants to get back to his family. And once this trial's over and he testifies against Young Thug, nobody will ever see him again.
And what the state's telling you today is if you take the plea today, this is what you're going to get, and this is what I probably sentence you to, and you're done. But one of the things I cannot do is I can't force the state at the end of trial to pull this recidivist notice. If you get convicted, they can maintain it, and you'll serve every day of it. And Ms. Fagan can ask them to pull it, and they can say no. I can't make them do that. So you got a lot to think about.
Now, speaking of ops, YFN Lucci is known to be a rival to YSL. He made a special service announcement. Now, Lucci says that he is not a witness in Young Thug's RICO case. Now, this is according to his lawyer, Drew Findingly. His lawyer made it clear that Lucci was never in any interviews or subpoenaed by law enforcement. The lawyer also says that anybody can announce that someone is on their witness list. He says everyone needs to be clear that Lucci will not be a witness on the YSL case. Now, check this out. 7 people out of the 28 people arrested for that YSL RICO pretty much went home after they pled. Now, the biggest name being Gunna a couple of weeks ago. But one person out of the 28 people did not plead guilty, and he's taking the case to trial. Meaning that this one guy, his name is Durante Babe, he rejected the plea deals in court. He could have went home free that same day and he was looking at 15 years of probation, 1 year of community service. But he went against the grain, and he's going to keep it solid for Young Thug. So that goes to show you guys that this plea deal is something that the courts want these guys to do. Only one guy so far has rebelled, and he's taking his chances to the jury. So for this guy not to take this plea deal, do we actually look at these people who took the plea deal that are free and willy-nilly? Does this validate what I've been saying about that plea deal, that Young Thug is going to be affected directly for all of these people admitting guilt on YSL's behalf? Now, this last guy, he was the 8th defendant. He at first said he was going to take it to trial, but once he found out the numbers he was looking at, 20 years plus, he changed his mind, and officially, he was in court. We have the video, and he admits that he will testify and he will admit that YSL is more than a record label. During the court proceedings, he admitted that he was one of the founding members, and he actually had some involvement with the undercover cop when he got arrested. He also has YSL tattoos and a Cleveland Avenue tattoo. Now, YSL was created Cleveland Avenue area in the city of Atlanta. Young Thug even mentioned this guy in his lyrics. Now, he was saying, from what I'm getting from the lyrics, Young Thug said that he would pay females to pretty much kick it with him, and right after he would give the money, maybe the evening was ending, this guy, his guy Tick, would rob them. Now, he also admitted places where they made money. He also admitted locations on Cleveland Avenue, specifically gas stations, where YSL members sold drugs.
Please state your true and correct legal name.
Trontavia Stevens.
And are you the same person referred to as Trontavia Stevens, also known as Tick and also known as Slug, on indictment 22 SC 183572?
Yes.
Do you also acknowledge that you were one of the founding members of Young Slime Life?
Yes.
You acknowledge that you are the same person referred to as Tick in the song by Young Thug entitled You, in the verse She Getting Robbed by Tick?
Yes.
You also acknowledge that on February 4th, 2021, you participated in a group chat with fellow YSL founder Jeffrey Williams, aka Young Thug, and YSL associates Wooney Lee, aka Slime Life Shorty, wherein Jeffrey Williams stated, YSL rule the world, kid. Y'all just start bringing me the money. Man, y'all stop playing with me. Do you acknowledge that?
Yeah.
Do you acknowledge that on May 13, 2021, you participated in another group chat with fellow YSL founder Jeffrey Williams, aka Young Thug, and YSL associates Martinez Arnold, Miles Farley, Quantavious Greer, Antonio Sumlin, Wooney Lee, wherein Jeffrey Williams asked, y'all ain't beat him up or shot him yet? Then states, y'all getting soft.
Yes.
Do you acknowledge that the gas station at 151 Cleveland Avenue is a location where YSL associates sell drugs?
Yes.
That also the gas station at 221 Cleveland Avenue is a location where YSL associates sell drugs?
Yes.